Howdy folks, welcome back. It is a rainy Sunday morning out here, but I haven't made a video in a couple weeks because I was sick and I had a bunch of stuff going on. So I figured I would jump on and touch base and show you guys what I've been working on. The Hooters special. This thing is super awesome. So like I said, I got sick and that kind of put a dent in things, but also on the giveaway Sportster, I had taken that to the DMV, did all that good stuff, and I was waiting to get the paperwork back before I, put it back on the lift and started going crazy chopping it because the DMV experience was wild. But anyways, today's video, 2008 CVO Softail Springer. This is a bike that belongs to a neighbor of mine, and he bought this thing brand new in 2008. And he rode the heck out of it. It has 30,000+ miles on it. He's ridden it across the country, which doesn't normally happen with CVO bikes, especially non-baggers. In my experience, I find a lot of CVO bikes with low miles on them. This thing, not the case, but he rode the heck out of it and then parked it, and it had sat for a few years. So I had a bit of work to do on the service end of it, but I got it all back together, and I just want to show you guys the bike. So I did my usual bike has been parked for a full year service, as in all the fluids, meaning engine, transmission, primary, new oil filter. So I added oil to this thing just to start it, and I've never seen it come out and separate like that. That's kind of wild. Weird. And brake fluid, and on this one has a hydraulic clutch which uses brake fluid, and oh my goodness, was it nasty. Super nasty. Look at that clutch master cylinder. Oh my god. Supposedly this bike only sat for a couple years, but she's in the rough conditions. And with a little bit of love, she is back to looking fresh, looking good. You need to flush your brake fluid and your clutch fluid, if you have one, every 24 months. Otherwise, it ends up looking like that. So don't do that. So yeah, got all the fluids done on the bike. The tires are not horrible. The rear is actually pretty good. He had just replaced it before he parked it. The front, I'm going to definitely recommend that he gets a new one. It's kind of old and it's kind of at the end of its life. But for now, he just wanted get the thing running again. So obviously fresh battery. I did the filter. These CVO bikes are pretty sweet. They come kind of decked out with chrome and all that. The chrome on this one, a lot of it is in pretty rough condition. And the mirrors can easily be replaced. The bars were actually, a lot of the chrome was worse, and I already kind of went through and cleaned it, but I didn't want to spend hours and hours and hours on it. I just gave it a general cleanup. There's still some rust spots, and you get into taking this thing apart and re-chroming stuff, it would kind of, basically you'd spend more money than the bike is worth. These bikes brand new, I looked it up, I think it was like $26,000 MSRP. Which in 2008 was a ton of money because everyone was losing their house. And it was really hard selling motorcycles back then. There was all kinds of issues. But whatever he paid for this, it was up there. But now you can buy these motorcycles in the $6,000 range. So going through and redoing all the chrome on it, on a bike that has 31,943 miles, it's like, oh my goodness, you could buy another one or a couple of them, especially if you really took the thing apart. But for a rider bike, it's awesome. The paint on this thing, the CVOs always have crazy paint jobs. Sorry about that, had to shut the garage door so we can get the best lighting because I really want you guys to check out the paint on this. Unfortunately, there's a chip right there, but they did something pretty cool, which was, it looks like they took like the bare metal and then made flames in it and then put color over it with clear, which I'm a big fan of because my old Dirty Dyna years ago, I kind of did the same thing, but unfortunately I got hit, cracked all the clear, so now it's rusting a bit. But for super expensive job, that looks awesome. Now, obviously the thing is like crazy Hooters orange, so that's an acquired taste. This would be one of those bikes that you could pick up for pretty inexpensive and make a really cool chopper out of and have, you know, a 110 fuel injected screaming bike with a Springer. I can dig it. I can dig it. So it does have Vance and Hines pipes on it, but it's super loud. You guys got to hear this thing. So yeah, 2008 CVO Softail, pretty sweet ride. I actually got to test ride it a little bit too, and it rides pretty darn good. Like I said, it has a 110 in it, so that's pretty rad for a Springer bike with barely any suspension. But yeah, back to what I was saying earlier about the giveaway Sportster. Paperwork is back from the DMV. The CVO bike was just something convenient in between time. But this thing is going back on the lift like right now, and we're gonna start working on chopping her, huh? So I gotta pull the motor back out and all that, and we'll cut the frame, put the hardtail on, weld her up, and go from there. And now that I don't have the flu, hopefully I'll get back to making videos regularly. So thanks for tuning in. If you happen to be new, don't forget to subscribe while you're here, and we'll see you on the next one.